If you're an athlete who's struggling with upright sprint speed, well, training max velocity is one of the hardest athletic traits to develop. That's what I thought until I started studying how to improve max velocity. Then I was able to take my 10-yard fly from 1.1 seconds to 0.87 seconds in just a few months. And I've also helped hundreds of athletes on my online Speed Academy program break the 1 second barrier in the 10-yard fly and hawk athletes with only 2 exercises. So I'll show you what these 2 exercises are and how to do them so you can improve your upright sprint speed as well. But don't just take my word for it. The top 2 coaches I study from, and they all ended up using the same 2 exercises I label as staples in my TSA online speed program that's helped athletes run this in the 100 meter. Most athletes think that to improve top end speed, think they need to do far sprints like 120 to 300 meter sprint repeats with little to no rest. Now, this might help some beginner athletes, but once you become an intermediate or advanced athlete, you'll quickly realize that this hard work will not get you far. When doing long sprints, you slightly stimulate max velocity gains, but it's quickly ruined with a ton of deceleration forces and poor mechanics being overloaded when fatigue builds up. Also, we know to develop fast twitch muscle fibers and overall power, anything past 6 seconds usually will end up being a waste for explosiveness. This research study suggests that sprints from 30 to 60 yards is optimal for max velocity development. And when doing training for improving explosiveness and fast twitch muscle fibers, we need a few key principles. Number 1, high output exercises where your body has to store and release elastic energy fast. Number 2, high sets and low reps or set duration under 6 seconds. Number 3, consistent exposure to high velocity movements, which means we want exercises that maximize high velocity and force demands. Which leads me to the staple exercise I use to help my athletes get great results. And if you want to see the program I used on them, click the top link in the description and join the Speed Academy today. Step 1, we want to set up 2 cones that are 10 yards apart or at most 30 yards apart. Step 2, set up timing gates or a phone to record your hips passing both cones or chutes. Step 3, you need about 10 to 30 yards of space to build up your speed. Step 4, for the build-up, you have a lot of options, but the main thing that matters is that you hit your max speed at the first cone. So you can start maxed out speed off the line or jog into it or even hop into it, whatever feels most natural to you, so you can hit the highest speed when it matters. Step 5, record yourself sprinting all out through the 10 yards and do the method I mentioned in this video to get an accurate time of what your flying 10 is. A common issue in this exercise that's holding athletes back is not sprinting when fully fresh. If you sprint well once and only rest 1 to 2 minutes, then you will get 0 benefits from this exercise. So during this exercise, we want to focus on running our absolute fastest possible and getting instant feedback from the timing to continue reaching our max intent. But this exercise won't matter if you don't pair it with plyometrics to build the key athletic trait you need for fast upright sprints. For upright sprint speed, we made sure that we first expose the body to high velocities. That way the body can adapt. But now we need to challenge the next most important quality with an exercise that we know challenges stiffness and force production at fast speeds. So for the exercise, I'll show the beginner version first. The more advanced version, I use my athletes who can do this. For the beginner version, I would start with low-level hops, but you have to avoid the most common mistake. You want to be springy off the ground, so if you try to jump too high or go too far, then your ground contact time will slow down and fall apart. So instead, we want to imagine we're hopping over a small cone or a stick on the ground. Our goal isn't to fly over the cone, it's just to simply cycle slightly over the cone so we don't fall over. To do this exercise, we simply want to stand on one leg, start to do a baby hop while landing on mid-foot, then start to move forward for 10 to 30 yards while staying springy off the ground. Record yourself doing this and make sure you stay under 0.25 seconds. Now for the more advanced version, we're simply going to do the same thing, but with higher intensities. Now, instead of slightly moving forward, we want to bring in speed and hop off one leg for the recommended distances. Now we will start with a small stick on the ground, but eventually we want to get the foot from ankle height to shin height and all the way up to a full single leg bound, which is knee height. Now the most common mistake here is just progressing too soon where the ground contact times get sloppy and you'll quickly get shin splints or pain in the lower limbs. And if you want better results with this exercise, once you're ready, set up hurdles 2 to 6 inches apart to give your body instant feedback if you're jumping high enough or getting off the ground fast enough. And to check if you're getting off the ground fast enough, record yourself to check the ground contact times. But here's the most important tip when training max velocity. You need to expose your body to these exercises 1 to 2 times per week, but with max intent. I recommend doing 4 to 6 sets of flying 10s with a 10 to 20 yard buildup, and 2 to 4 sets of single leg hops for 20 to 40 yards, 1 to 2 times per week for both exercises. But to make sure you're getting the best results, you need to know how to train strength for speed. So watch this video right here on how to train your strength to get faster. If you're looking for coaching from me and a step-by-step training plan to take out all the guesswork in your speed development, then click the top link in the description or the pinned comment to transform your speed today.